So you've been suffering from psychic attack, right? You don't know what to do. I mean, they're attacking you in every way possible. You've got spirits in your home. Your mind is definitely being tapped into. You're hearing them tell you things. Your attacker just won't leave you alone. Your privacy, everything has been just stolen away from you. They've taken the best and most precious thing that you can possibly ever have in your life, the freedom of your very own thoughts. Your very own will to think. They've stolen that from you. Are you going to let them continue to do this to you? Today's subject, Psychic Attack Part 2. And this topic is going to be auto-suggestion on the conscious mind. If you've been suffering for, say, about a year or maybe even more, now you've gotten to a point where your mind has automatically gonna think things even when the attacker is not attacking you. They've got you so rigged, my dear, that even when you're not being attacked, your own mind is attacking you. So what are you going to do about that? Well, you might be wondering right now, how did they do this to me? How is my mind attacking myself? So this one is basically about not more about the attacker attacking you, but now your own mind is attacking you. Is there anything that you can do? What happened was, the attack has been going on for so long. It's kind of like a person who's a smoker. They smoke cigarettes every day. Smoke cigarettes every day. It becomes a habit. The conscious mind already wants to smoke a cigarette when they're trying to quit. So it's really hard to quit because the conscious mind is attacking the person to, my habit is doing this. Your mind is going to automatically start thinking things. And so even when the attacker is not on attack, your mind is going to be thinking some things, whether or not you're under attack or not. Now, mind you, doesn't mean that they stopped attacking you and your just mind's crazy, okay? They will continue to attack you. But they go through phases of attack, okay? They go through, it's like a phase, and then it'll lighten up. And I'm sure you noticed this. It'll go through like a big phase of attack for a couple of days, and then boom, it's all light up, and you're like, you take a breather. And then it's like attack again, and it's like, oh no, it's starting again, and then I take a breather. Does this sound familiar to you? Yes, Rosie knows what she's talking about, okay? I do understand. I conquered my attack, and it's not because the attacker stopped. No, the attacker never stops, my dear. Never stops. It's only because I know how to combat it now. And I'm not going to let it get to me, okay? If I can do it, you can do it too. So, what do? Okay? First of all, I want to say one thing. If you are not willing to try, if you want to just beat yourself up, I can't do it. Go in a corner and cry. I don't want to do this anymore. You know what? Then you might as well just not even watch my video, okay? Because you gotta be strong. Because when they break you down, they have empowered themselves and they have done what they conquered, what they set out to conquer and do, okay? Now, I want to talk to you today about why you're under attack, okay? Now, when did your attack occur? You know, it's funny because I actually wrote a list of things, the reasons why, and you can go ahead and pick out one of these things out of this list, you need to think about, when did this attack occur? These are the reasons for attack. And it might be surprising to you. Why? Quitting a group of light workers. Yes, I know. Light workers are so good, aren't they? Except for the ones that are attacking you. Quitting a group that you joined that are light worker affiliated, that you somehow are not part of anymore. You're not one of them. Okay? Or, now you have to sort through this and figure it out. You were a psychic, working for a psychic type of network or something like that effect, and decide to quit. Type 2. Joining or leaving an occult. Were you ever part of an occult? Okay? Were you ever part of any kind of witchcraft? Did you ever go to any kind of meetings and you quit? You're not one of them anymore. So we have to take care of this, right? Joining or leaving a certain religious affiliation or church. Were you part of a church? Most of the time they're very small and their ideals are not the same as regular Christians. It's a little bit different than the regular going to church. They might have had some different values. Did you ever leave one of those? Okay, I'm moving to 5. And this does not happen very often, but sometimes does. Revenge. Revenge from a person who is affiliated with an occult or a type of occult or a type of group of psychics that get together and do various things. Okay? Were your attacks brought on by you were an astral traveler and you just happened to stumble upon another person who was astrally traveling? Somehow you witnessed something that you were not supposed to witness, whether you remember it or not, and they just didn't like the fact that you are invading their territory. Speaking out against a secret society, occult, or religious affiliation. Have you talked about a certain church, a certain occult, or a certain secret society? Let's try to be a little bit more hush-hush now, okay? And I know you want to get this information out there and save the world, but believe me, there's enough information out there that you don't have to go around and risk yourself for this type of thing, okay? It's not cool. Now, the last one on my list, of course I did a video on it before, is the psychic war games or warfare, okay, or Dungeons and Dragons. They are actually a group of psychics that actually get obsessed with attacking each other. They actually have a whole weapon system and swords and all kinds of stuff that they do, and they hurt each other psychically and send energy chi at each other, and they do all kinds of things. And if you were ever a part of that and quit, or you just were dating someone part of that, or something to that effect where you got involved, these people are a little bit more on the stalker side, or they have become addicted to what they do, and they sometimes can't even help it, okay? Just comes naturally. Now, there's good news. Whether you realize where your attack stems from or not, the good news about it is that they all have the same fundamental tactics. So we're going to help you to understand how to combat this thing, okay?